Hello, everyone. Say hi, Minky. And welcome to my channel. Well, I guess I really shouldn't start. I'm trying not to start really introducing myself or talking till people are logged on. So, in the meantime, I'm just gonna hang out. Oh, someone logged on. Hey, what's up? Hi, my name is Bobbie. Welcome to my channel. This is Mingus. He's hard to see because he's black. Stop it! Stop. Okay, he's being a little turd. Anyway, Mace is gonna help me teach maybe, unless he starts being bad, then he's not. Yeah, so today is Tuesday, so it's yoga for cyclists. And our theme for this week is the Crown Chakra. So yeah, we're gonna begin upside down a little bit. Well, if you want to. So I would suggest if you have a wall that you can move by, that you can also watch the video at, move to a wall. If you don't, that's totally fine. If you don't feel comfortable going upside down and stuff, it's okay. That's a small portion of the class. We're going to do all the steps that we need to take in order to maybe get there eventually one day. And yeah, you don't have to go upside down at all. So yeah, as far as props go, he's jumping on my yoga ball. We might have to kick him out. Anyways, as far as props go, you don't really need any props, but if you'd like, I like to have a blanket for my knees. I have sensitive knees for kneeling postures. Actually, yeah, you do need props. I forgot. Blocks. If you have, well, you'll need one block at least. If you don't have a block, you can grab a book that's about this size of a yoga block. Or you can just grab a couple pillows. We won't really need the prop till the end, but we will need something to prop ourselves up on, so go ahead, grab a block or some pillows or book, whatever. Yeah, and then I guess let's just get started. Oh yeah, I'm still in quarantine, by the way, and I kind of have been experiencing symptoms, even though technically I did test negative. My partner tested positive, so I have to quarantine as well, and I actually have had a headache for like a week, which sucks, and like kind of runny nose, and I just kind of didn't feel that great today. So hopefully it doesn't get any worse though. And yeah, that's just a little bit of information about me right now. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to get started in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Also, I always forget to say this, but I don't play music because of like copyright stuff. I just don't have the money to buy rights to music. So if you'd like to play like music at your house, go ahead. Whatever you like to listen to when you practice yoga. I like metal. I like do metal. So maybe play that. I don't know. Whatever you want to play. Sit up in a nice, comfortable, cross-legged seat. Just like doing. Alright. Hey, Mingy wants attention. Alright. Okay. So, sit up nice and tall. If you're having a hard time sitting up tall here, you can place something underneath the sit bones, like a pillow, blanket, block, bolster, whatever you have. And yeah, sit up nice and tall, let the eyes close, relax the face, and begin to slow the breath down right away. Breathing in and out through the nose. Deep, even breaths. The inhales are as long as the exhales, and the exhales are as long as the inhales. Really just begin to feel an awareness at the space above the head or the crown. Maybe even begin to imagine either a glowing purple or white orb right at that space, or maybe even a glowing purple or white lotus flower growing bigger and brighter as you inhale and exhale. Really let go of any thoughts that come into your mind. Notice and observe them, but then let them go with each and every exhale. Allow yourself to be present. I'm taking a lot of time for meditation today. Because meditating is one of the asanas or yoga practices, poses that you can do to really help open up and balance the crown chakra. I really want to give you some space with some silence. Really listen to the sound of your breath. And come back to the visualizations I gave you, the glowing purple or white orbs or lotus flowers at the crown of the head. And you can come back to those visualizations at any moment during class, or even when you're not in class and you're feeling an imbalance of the crown chakra. So, there are 7 chakras in the body. They run up along the spine, and they are energy centers in the body that can become blocked, or they can become too excessive, which can cause physical or mental reactions or issues in the mind or body. The 7th chakra, so we're on the final chakra, the crown chakra, also known as Sahasrara. I have a hard time pronouncing that one. It's in Sanskrit. It's known as thousandfold, and the symbol for it is actually a lotus flower with 1,000 petals. So crazy amount of petals. The function of this chakra is connection to the divine, and that doesn't mean it have to have a religious meaning. For some people it may, but it could mean just like something that's bigger than you, like the universe itself, and like basically connecting to that thing that's bigger than you, becoming one or feeling that sense of oneness, which is another function of the crown chakra. So yeah, if you're not like a religious person or spiritual person, I'm not either. I'm not a religious person either. So like when I first started learning about chakras, I was pretty turned away from them. Didn't really want to get into them. But I don't know. I found a deeper connection to the chakras and feel like, I don't know, they're a pretty important part of my life. So, and even if you still don't feel that connection to chakras, this class is still going to be fun and enjoyable for you. Or should, hopefully. Another function of this chakra is wisdom, spirituality, inspiration, charisma, meditation, and higher self. It's associated with the element of consciousness. The main obstacle for this chakra is attachment, so maybe inability to let go of things, becoming too attached to things that don't serve you in a positive way. And the asanas or yoga poses associated that you want to practice, that we're going to be doing a lot of today, in order to open up or balance this chakra, are inversions, especially headstands. So We'll be making our way towards Tripod Headstand today. And meditation. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a lot of time to really just like have some quietness and really allow yourself to let go of anything that happened before you came here and anything that might happen after. Allow yourself to be present and really listen to the sound of your breath. Focus on your breath. This chakra develops in the human body between mid-teens and all the way to death. So it's like a constant involvement for this chakra. It's kind of like the main chakra where all the other chakras stem from. Like I said earlier, it's located above the head, or like right at the top of the head, like you're wearing a crown. And it's associated with the colors violet or white. And this is purple. It doesn't look purple, but it's black. It's purple. And then I have another purple shirt underneath, but it's kind of cold, so I'm gonna wait till I get warm. Anyways, it's associated with the planet Uranus. And an imbalance of this chakra could cause depression, alienation, or any mental illness, neuralgia, confusion, vein and blood vessel issues, senility, becoming senile, lymphatic system issues, bacterial problems like warts or rashes. And yeah. So take a few more deep breaths here. Feeling grounded through the sit bones and the lower body, yet light and lifted through the heart and crown. Feeling those opposing forces in the body. And then from here, we're going to take, so you can open the eyes if you'd like, or keep them closed. If you're not familiar with this pranayama practice, then I would suggest you open your eyes maybe to kind of give you a little visualization. So we're going to take Kapalabhati, which is called, also known as skull shining breath. And this is beneficial for cleansing the body and mind. It oxygenates the body and the blood in the body, strengthens the core, improves digestion, circulation, and clears the senses. There are a few reasons that you should not practice Kapalabhati though, and that is if you're pregnant, you're on your moon cycle or menstruating. That's kind of up to you though, because there's a lot of things that they say that you shouldn't practice. But I've never had issues with it when you're on your moon cycle, so that's up to you. Heart disease, if you have heart disease or uncontrolled hypertension, epilepsy, seizures, panic disorder, or on a full stomach. So if you just ate, that's also kind of up to you. It's not gonna kill you. It shouldn't. Hopefully not. But it probably just won't feel very good. Just like you're not supposed to really practice yoga for like 2 hours after you eat at least, because it just doesn't feel very good. But yeah, so Kapalabhati. They're short exhales out through the nose, and then an automatic, like natural short inhale. You'll just inhale naturally, but the exhales are forceful and even, and you really press the exhales out using your stomach. So if you'd like, you can take the hands to the belly to help you if you're just learning this. And we're going to first start with a round of 12, and then a round of 24, and then a round of 36. So I'm just going to demonstrate first, and then we can all breathe together. And if you have so many of those contradictions, I just said that you shouldn't practice this breath, just take deep, even breaths, maybe even add in your ujjayi breath by constricting the back of the throat, making a ha sound with the lips closed. All right, so Kapalabhati. I'll bring my hands to my stomach so you can, actually, I'm going to take this shirt off because it'll be easier for you to see my stomach moving. All right. So first I'll start with my hands on my stomach. You're going to start with a deep inhale. And then so it's just like that. We're going to start with 12 breaths for the first round. Take a couple deep inhales and exhales. Go to 24 breaths, and then 36. And then if you are at all feeling like lightheaded or dizzy, then go ahead. Don't hurt yourself doing this. Always listen to your body. And yeah, if you're feeling panicky at all, then just breathe normally. You don't want to harm yourself. This is supposed to be a beneficial practice, not harmful. Okay, so inhale to begin. Let's take 3 inhales and exhales. Inhale to begin. One more deep inhale and exhale, and then we'll move to 36 breaths. You can count on your own or just kind of move with me. Inhale to begin. I kind of lost track of my count, but you get it. Breathe in and out normally through the nose. And then from here, we're going to take Lotus Mudra. So to do that, first, let's just bring the palms together to touch. And keep the thumbs and pinkies touching, but move the other 3 fingers away. So it kind of looks like a lotus flower. And I will move closer to show you, but Mingy's on my lap right now and I don't want to disturb him. He was already upset with Kapalabhati. He didn't like that. All right. So bring your Lotus Mudra to the heart. Close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Come back to your visualization of whatever your visualization of your crown chakra is. And keeping the eyes closed on an inhale, we're going to lift our Lotus Mudra up. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the arms down by the sides, out wide. Come back to Lotus Mudra or Padma Mudra at the heart. On an inhale, lift your Padma Mudra up. Exhale through the mouth. Arms down by the sides. Come back into Lotus Mudra. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach your Lotus Mudra up. Exhale. Arms down by the sides. Bring that Lotus Mudra, Padma Mudra, back to heart center. And just take a moment here. Slowly, you can blink the eyes open. And then reach your Lotus Mudra back up towards the sky. Exhale, release the hands down. Begin to walk the hands forward. Sorry, Mingy, I'm going to have to move you. And fold over the legs, bringing the forehead down towards the earth. On your next inhale, walk the hands in, and then we'll switch the cross of our legs. So bring the other leg on top or in front, probably the more awkward one. Inhale, or bring Lotus Mudra back to heart center. Now that I moved Winky, I can show you what Lotus Mudra looks like. Looks like a pretty flower. Or a lotus, which is a flower. Alright. Hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold again over the opposite leg this time. Take a few deep breaths here. And inhale, walk the hands back in. And we'll take some neck stretches since we're going to be putting a lot of pressure on the neck if you're moving up into headstand today. So bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Stay here. Or if you'd like to deepen the stretch, maybe reach the left fingertips down and out to the left. You can stay here, or maybe bring the right hand to the outside of the left side of the head. Breathe into the left side of the neck. Carefully release the hands down. Exhale the head down through center, bringing the left ear towards the left shoulder. Try not to hike the shoulders up towards the ears. Keep them rolling down the back. Stay here, or maybe reach the right fingertips out and down to the right. And stay here, or bring the left hand to the outside, to the right side of the head. Breathe into the right side of the neck. Exhale the head down to center. Stay here, stretching out the back of the neck, or to deepen the stretch, you'll interlace the hands at the nape of the neck, very gently pulling down on the head. You can even kind of begin to round this upper spine a little bit. We find a little movement. And then release the hands. If you had put the hands at the back of your neck, inhale, lift the chin up towards the sky. Try not to crunch the back of the neck too much. Try to keep the back of the neck long, but stretch out the front of the neck, the throat. And then from here, we're going to begin to move in circles. Let's just do 3 in each direction. Inhale at the top. Exhale down through center. Inhale up. Exhale down through center. Last one in this direction. Inhale up. Exhale, head down through center. And then switch directions. Inhale at the top. Exhale down through center. Inhale at the top. Exhale through center. Last one, inhale. Exhale down through center. And then center the head, sit up nice and tall. Bring the hands to the knees and begin to move through your seated cat-cow. So inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. As you exhale, round the spine, really pull the belly in. Inhale, lift, open the heart. Exhale, round, pull the belly in. Moving with your own breath. Do about 5 more. So that you end up doing about 7. Because we're working on the 7th chakra. And then once you've done about 7, on your next inhale, come to a neutral. Actually, stay back in your seated cat and begin to do circles. So go in one direction, inhale, kind of lift the heart as you move forward. Exhale, round the spine like you're in cat as you move back. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. We'll do about 4 more on your own with your own breath. And then once you've finished, move in the other direction. Inhale forward, lifting heart. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine as you move back. And then once you've done about 7 in that direction, center yourself. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, side bend to the left, bringing the left hand down, right arm overhead. Really spin that heart open. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, move up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Spin the heart open. Breathe into the left side body. Inhale, come up through center, both arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand comes to the right outer thigh, right hand comes back behind you. Either gaze is either straight out to the right or back behind you over the right shoulder. Only if that feels okay on your neck and anywhere else in your body. Inhale, come up through center, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand comes behind you, right hand to the left outer thigh. Gaze either out to the left or back behind you over the left shoulder. Breathe deep into the belly. Inhale, reach the arms back up through center. Exhale, come back into that lotus mudra. And I just want to read off some affirmations that can help open up and balance your heart chakra, or like motivate you to help motivate you to open up that the crown chakra, or whenever you're just feeling an imbalance of it or just feeling down and need some motivation, come back to these affirmations. You can also come back to them at any point during class, or even repeat them after me in your head or out loud. It's just a few of them. All right. I go beyond my limiting beliefs and accept myself totally. I honor my body as a temple that nourishes my soul. I am divinely guided and inspired. I am infinite and boundless. And then from here, we are going to bend the right leg back behind us. So kind of bring that right foot towards the right outer hip. Left foot comes in towards the right outer thigh. You can kind of roll this calf out of the way. Bring the hands behind you. Lift the hips up. Tuck the tailbone. So reach the tailbone out and forward, and then lower the hips back down. And then start to lean back as far as your body will let you. I was doing this earlier, and since I have my yoga ball in the closet, it makes like a really good headrest that I found out earlier, and I just sat here for a really long time because I love quad stretches, one, and this one's just really comfy. And this wouldn't be a yoga for cyclists class without a billion quad stretches, in my opinion. Inhale, come back up through center, reach the right leg out to the right, flex the right toes. Begin to turn the body towards the right leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Bring the forehead down towards that leg, stretching out those hammies. Another very important thing to stretch out if you're a cyclist. Inhale to come up through center. Then bend the right leg. Bring that right foot back inward, so it's like towards the inner left thigh, but then bring the left foot behind you. So we're going to come into that same quad stretch we did on the other side. You can turn that calf out. Bring the hands behind you. Lift the hips up. Tuck the tailbone. Lower the hips back down. Lean back. Stretching out the left quad. Hopefully you have something comfy to lean on. If you don't, that's okay. You don't need it. It just is bonus. Just really enjoying this yoga ball right now. All right, inhale, come up through center. Keep the right foot bent. Lengthen the left leg out to the left. Bring that right foot in towards the left inner thigh. Spin the torso towards that left leg. Flex the left toes. You don't have to have a perfectly straight leg here either. I forgot to mention that. You can have bent knee if you need. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, come up through center. And then from here, bring both soles of the feet together. Knees open wide. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Lift up through the heart. As you exhale, lean forward, keeping a nice long spine. Fold over the legs. Keep that crown of the head reaching out in front of you. You can even kind of use your elbows to press down the legs a little bit to deepen the stretch. Inhale, lift back up, and then make your way to hands and knees. Go ahead and bring a blanket down and pad your knees if you'd like. Bring knees right over hips, hands right underneath their shoulders to start. Keep the hips where they are, but begin to walk the hands out in front of you, reaching the heart down towards the earth. Now you can either bring the forehead to the earth, you can bring your forehead on a prop if you'd like, or if you live in a more open body, you might find the heart reaching all the way down and the chin coming down to the earth. Anahatasana, heart-melting pose, or puppy pose. Then on an inhale, begin to slide the heart forward. Shoulders come right over elbows. Forearms reach out in front of you. Press into the palms, press into the forearms. Lift the heart space up and through the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone back behind you. Press into the tops of the feet. Engage the abdomen. Sphinx pose. Stay here or bend the right knee. Reach back for the right foot with the right hand. Try to square the shoulders off to the top of the mat as best you can. Lengthen the tailbone back and breathe. Coming into another fun quad stretch. Half frog. Carefully release that back foot or right foot. Then bend the left knee, if you took that on the other side, and reach back for the left foot with the left hand. Square the shoulders off as best you can to the top of the mat. Breathe into the front of that left thigh. Quadricep. Exhale, carefully release. Lower the forehead down. Bring the arms wide. Come up onto the fingertips. Elbows reach up towards the sky. Keep pressing into the tops of the feet. On an inhale, lift the head and heart. As you exhale, dip the left shoulder down. Look over the right. Inhale, center. Dip the right shoulder down. Look over the left. Inhale, center. Switch. Left shoulder down. Look over the right. Inhale, center. Right shoulder down, look over the left. Last round. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip the left shoulder down, look over the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, dip the right shoulder down, look over the left. And then lower the forehead down towards the earth. Bring the hands to the low ribs. Tuck the toes. Either move through your child's pose to your downward facing dog, or tuck the toes. Squeeze everything in towards the midline. Inhale, press up plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Begin to pedal through the feet in your down dog. Just warming it up, walking it up. First downward dog of class. Maybe your first downward dog of the day. So just really work it out. Walk it up. And then when you're ready, find stillness. Press into the palms, lift those hips up nice and high, pull the belly button in, and bring the gaze towards the belly button. If you feel like your spine is rounding forward like this, you can bring a deep bend in the knees so you find that nice long spine that we're looking for in this pose. The calf stretch is just a bonus. Then when you're ready, bend the knees, look forward, and walk the feet to the top of the mat. Feet land right underneath the hips. Let the body hang over the legs. Maybe clasp opposite elbows. You can have as much of a bend in the knees as you need. You don't have to have perfectly straight legs. Reach the crown of the head down towards the earth. So you want to be relaxing the neck completely. And then if you clasp opposite elbows, release the arms down. Everyone bring a deep bend into the knees and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Tadasana, mountain pose. Grounded through the soles of the feet. Feeling light and lifted through the crown of the head. In those opposing forces. Standing up nice and tall. Then from here, begin to step the feet wide, about mat's width distance apart. Heels point in, toes point out. So like this, I'm just going to face this way for a second, but you should be at the top of your mat. And then we're going to come back into our lotus mudra. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, begin to bend into the knees and bring that lotus mudra to the heart. Press the elbows into the legs and the legs back into the arms to lift that heart space up. Stay in your lotus mudra. And then from here, reach the hands down. Step the left foot way back behind you. Pad the knee if you like. Oh, shit. Okay. Both hands come to the inside of that front foot. Toes are still pointing out and heels still pointing in, but the knee is pointing in the same direction as the foot. And make sure that knee is right above the ankle. If it's coming forward like this, you can take your hand and just help you take a wider stance. Inhale to lift the heart. As you exhale, begin to shift the hips back, fold to the inside of that front leg. Toes can be pointed or flexed, whatever feels best in your body. Your leg doesn't have to be completely straight either. It's just working towards straight. You can also have blocks underneath the hands if you'd like. On your next inhale, bend through the front knee, lift the heart, plant the left hand down, inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Stay here or bend the back knee, reaching back for your foot for another quad stretch. Wherever you're at, really spin the heart open and roll the shoulder blades down the back. Carefully release the back foot if you grabbed it. Bring both hands back to the inside of that front foot. You can stay here up on the palms. Maybe you bring blocks underneath your hands, or maybe you begin to come down onto the forearms, coming into your lizard lunge. If you're on the forearms, try to bring the elbows about shoulder width, palms straight out from the elbows. Then from here, if you're on your forearms, stay on your forearms, begin to tuck the toes, step the right foot back, and walk the hands and feet closer together, coming into your dolphin pose. If you are on your hands, just step back, tuck the toes, step back to your downward dog, and then lower down to the forearms. So we're all meeting in our dolphin pose, forearms on the earth, hips lifted up. Press into the forearms, pull the belly button in towards the spine. And then from here, begin to interlace the hands out in front of you. On your next inhale, you're going to move the heart forward. Bring your chin over the hands. Exhale, push back. We'll do that 6 more times. Inhale forward. Exhale back, 2. Inhale forward, exhale back, 3. Inhale forward, exhale back, 4. Inhale forward, exhale back, 5. Inhale forward, exhale back, 6. Inhale forward, exhale back, 7. Bring the hands back out from the elbows, about shoulder width apart. And then step the feet back into your forearm plank. Lengthen the tailbone back, reach through the heels, reach through the crown of the head. You can always lower the knees if you need. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Try not to make sure your butt's lifting up too high. Try not to let it sink down. If you notice that you're doing that, that's a good indication that you need to put your knees down. Couple more deep breaths here. And then on your next exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the heart. Sphinx pose. Exhale, lower the forehead down. Bring the hands back to the low ribs. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Elbows squeeze in, shoulder blades roll down the back. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. I don't know why. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. Maybe do a couple leg circles. If you do that, make sure you go in both directions. And then straighten that right leg, square off the hips, take an inhale. As you exhale, right knee comes to right tricep. Inhale, extend it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, cross it under, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, step the right foot up to the outside of the right hand. And then step the left foot up to the outside of the left hand. So that the hips sink down. Hands come to heart center in your lotus mudra. So now you're in your malasana, yogi squat. And from here, plant the palms. Step the right foot back behind you. Hands are to the inside of that front foot. Inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, shift the hips back, fold to the inside of the front leg. On your next inhale, bend through the front knee, lift the heart. Plant the right hand down, inhale the left arm up. Stay here or bend the back knee. Reach back for your foot for a quad stretch, if you'd like. Wherever you're at though, roll the shoulder blades down the back and spin the heart open. Carefully release the back foot if you grabbed it. Both hands come to the inside of that front foot, either staying up on the palms, maybe come up on the blocks, or maybe you lower down to the forearms. Try to squeeze the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Breathe, keep the heart lifted. Reach forward through the crown of the head. If you're on your forearms, make sure to bring the hands straight out from the elbows. Elbows right underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Step that left foot back. Walk the arms in a little bit, or the legs, coming into your dolphin pose. And if you were not on your hands, everyone just meet in dolphin. Then interlace the hands out in front of you again. Try to do opposite thumb on top than you did the last time. On your next inhale, shoulders come over, head reaches forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 5 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last 2. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Keep pulling the belly button in. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Bring the hands back to the earth. Shoulder width distance apart. Step the feet back. Forearm plank. Lengthen the tailbone back. Squeeze everything in towards the midline. Reach through the heels and the crown of the head. Find those opposing forces in opposite directions. On your next inhale, lower the hips, lift the heart. Sphinx, untuck the toes. Exhale, lower the forehead down. Bring the hands by the low ribs. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. Maybe do a couple leg circles in both directions. Then straighten the left leg, square off the hips, take an inhale. Exhale, left knee towards left tricep, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, extend it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, squeeze everything in. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, cross it under, left knee towards right elbow. Inhale, extend it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, hips sink. Bring hands back to that lotus mudra. Then inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands heart center. And now, the fun part. So, if you need to, come to a wall. Or don't. So, you can use a blanket or something to pad the head if you'd like. But I don't know, because for me, I tried that earlier and I think it makes my neck hurt more. So, it's up to you. So, we're going to be doing tripod headstand. So, Salamba Shirsasana B, I think. This headstand is easier for me than the Shirsasana A, where you interlace your hands and you're on your forearms in your head. Except there's a little more pressure on the head and neck in this one. So if you have the other one in your practice and it's more comfortable for you, then go ahead and take that one. All right, so we're going to start by bringing the hands down about shoulder width apart, fingertips spread nice and wide. Then place the head in front of the hands so that your arms bend at about a 90-degree angle. Make sure the arms aren't out too wide. I see this a lot. You're not going to be able to balance very well with your arms like this. You want them to be shoulder width distance apart. Then you're going to tuck up the toes and just walk in as far as you can. And this just might be where you're at today, and that's totally fine. If you want to move further, maybe lift one leg, then put it down, lift the other leg, and maybe that's where you're at today. If you want to move further, maybe bring one knee to the tricep. Maybe that's where you're at today. Maybe you bring the other knee to the other tricep. And maybe that's where you're at today. Maybe you reach both legs up towards the sky. And that's your headstand. Try to hold it for about 10 breaths. Just really try to come back to that visualization of the glowing orb at the top of your head. If you can, maybe close the eyes, come back to the breath. You can make this into a really meditative pose once you practice it for a while. And if you do have headstand practice, if you are pretty experienced with headstands, then you can either just hold your headstand or practice, if you're better with moving meditation like I am, practice some leg movements with it, maybe first you practice pressing up, so you could do a pike press up, and then maybe you lower the legs like halfway, lift them back up. Do that a few times. I'd say about 7, since that's our number for the day. You can also do practice bringing the feet wide and then back up. You can practice seaweed legs. I'll show you seaweed legs this way. You can practice the headstands wide, pressing up with wide legs. And then seaweed legs, you bring one down and then bend the other, straighten the other. It kind of takes a lot of practice, but it's weird. It looks kind of cool. I'm just watching myself. I've never I don't know. I've never felt this looked good with because I have really short legs, and I feel like it always looks cooler with long legs, but I feel like it looks kind of cool right now. Okay, anyways, yeah. So take the steps that you need to get wherever your body wants you to be. Maybe headstand is not in your practice today, and that's totally fine. And if you'd like, you can just take child's pose. And then once everyone's done practicing, we're all going to meet in child's pose. So some of you might be ahead of the game. I'll give you about a minute more to play around with your headstands. And I forgot, I guess if you're doing it next to the wall, I didn't do, but you basically just come up next to the wall, bringing the head like right up to the wall. Make sure you have that 90-degree angle. Also, you don't want to kick up in headstand because it's bad for the neck since your head is on the ground. Kicking up in forearm stand and handstand is fine, but I just don't think, it's just not good for you to kick up when your head is on the ground. It can hurt the neck. So do not recommend that. So if you're having a hard time getting up, just keep practicing the core work moves that I just showed you to help you get up to headstand. And then when you're ready, bring the knees to the earth. Big toes touch. Knees can either be wide or together. Arms reach out in front of you. Forehead comes down to the earth, or a pillow or blankets. Or block. Take a few deep breaths here. And then begin to walk the hands in and make your way onto your back and find your props that you have. So that's a block, grab your block or your book, or a couple pillows or a couple blankets. And we're gonna bring that prop underneath the sacrum, so the upper part of the pelvis, lower part of the spine, but not, it's just above the tailbone. So you'll find that spot. And coming into your supported bridge, you can have your props at any height that you'd like. I'm choosing medium today. Try not to let the legs splay out to the sides. Keep them about hips width distance apart. Let the arms relax down by the sides. Close the eyes and just take a few deep breaths here. Coming into a slight inversion here. So if you weren't able to get upside down in your headstand, giving you a chance to get upside down now. You're kind of upside down, inverted. Come back to that visualization of that glowing purple or white orb or lotus flower right at the crown of the head. And then from here, we're going to begin to lift the legs up. And it should be fairly easy lifted up on your props. So if it's not, you may need to wiggle your props around to find that spot so it's not like super hard for you to hold your legs up here. This is called waterfall, and it's just a little bit more easier inversion if you weren't able to get into your headstand today. Here's another way for you to open up and balance your crown chakra. Breathe, be present, just find stillness. Quiet the mind. Release your thoughts. Maybe come back to those affirmations that I read before. I go beyond my limiting belief and accept myself totally. I honor my body as a temple that nourishes my soul. I am divinely guided and inspired. I am infinite and boundless. And then carefully bring the soles of the feet back down to the earth. Press into the feet to lift the hips up just so you can move the block away and slowly lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back. And just stretch out the hips a little bit before we end class. So cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Make sure to keep this right foot flexed and engaged. Press the right knee out. You can stay here or bend, bring the legs in towards you. Thread the right arm through. Either interlace the hands behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the earth. Keep flexing those right toes. Maybe use this right elbow to gently push the right leg out a little bit more to deepen the stretch. Now just breathe into that right outer hip, the right glute. Maybe even find a little movement, getting into all the little areas. Then from here, keep this figure 4 shape with the legs, but bring the arms out to a T, palms face up, or cactus shape. Take an inhale, and then exhale, gently let the legs fall over to the left side. So the left outer leg will land on the earth and the right sole of the foot will land on the earth. Keep the right shoulder grounded. And this right knee is going to want to fall in like this. Try not to let it. Try to push it up. Maybe even use your left hand to help you do so. Gaze can either stay straight up at the sky or over the right shoulder, as long as that feels okay on your neck and in your body. Breathe deep into the belly. And then inhale, bring the legs back through center, uncross them, and switch sides. Cross the left ankle over right thigh. Stay here, pressing the left knee out, or bring the legs in, thread the left arm through, interlace hands behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin. Keep that left foot flexed and engaged to protect your knee and ankle joints. Maybe use your left elbow to gently nudge this left knee out. Keep lengthening the tailbone down towards the earth. And maybe find a little movement. Remember to keep breathing. Send your breath into those areas where you feel the most tension. And then carefully release the legs. Keep them in this shape though. Bring the arms out to a T or cactus shape, palms face up. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently let the legs fall over to the right. So the right outer leg lands on the ground and the left sole of the foot lands on the ground. Keep pressing the left knee up. Maybe use your right hand to help you. Keep the left shoulder grounded. Gaze can be straight up or over the left shoulder. Breathe deep into the belly. Inhale the legs back through center. Bend the knees so the soles of the feet point up towards the sky. Bring the knees out wide, pointing towards either shoulder. Hands can either come to the backs of the thighs, outer calves, outer ankles, or outer feet for happy baby. Press the feet into the hands and the hands back into the feet. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Maybe straighten one leg at a time. Or maybe straighten both legs. These are all just options. Take whichever ones feel best in your body. And then from here, give yourself one last big hug. Squeeze the knees in towards the forehead. Take an inhale. Then exhale. Lengthen the legs out long in front of you. Arms down by the sides. Setting yourself up for Shavasana. Now, if you'd like, you can also take your Shavasana at the wall with legs up the wall, just to get another inversion in, a nice simple inversion. To do that, you'll bring one hip right up against the wall. Begin to lean back, spin the legs up, and bring the butt as close to the wall as you can get it. Let the legs rest. Arms come down by the sides. Wherever you're at, let the eyes close. Relax the face. Visualize that glowing white or purple orb or lotus flower at the top of the head, growing bigger and brighter with each breath. Maybe taking a few exhales out through the mouth to sigh out any leftover tension. And let the breath return to its natural state, releasing any breath control. Still watching, observing your thoughts, but letting them go, allowing you to clear your mind and be present in your Shavasana. And I have a poem that I'm going to read for you to meditate on in your Shavasana. It's another poem by Maya Angelou, because I love her. It's called On the Pulse of Morning. And I was going to tell you why I chose this and why I think it relates to the Crown Chakra. But I kind of want you to come up with you to think about your own reasons why you think this poem relates to the Crown Chakra. And if you'd like, you can tell me why. Let me know either in the comments, or if you know me personally, send me a message. It's up to you. You don't have to tell me, but just something for you to meditate on while you're in your Shavasana. Again, this poem is called On the Pulse of Morning by Maya Angelou. A rock, a river, a tree. Hosts to species long since departed, marked the mastodon, the dinosaur who left dried tokens of their sojourn here. On our planet floor, any broad alarm of their hastening doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today, the rock cries out to us, clearly, forcefully. Come, you may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny. But seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down here. You, created only a little lower than the angels, have crouched too long in their bruising darkness, have lain too long face down in ignorance, your mouths spilling words armed for slaughter. The rock cries out to us today, you may stand upon me, but do not hide your face. Slowly begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. Bring small movements to the fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. Reach the arms up overhead. And if you're on the ground, you can reach the legs out long in front of you. But if your legs are at the wall, just let them be. And then carefully roll over onto one side. Resting there for a moment in this fetal position. And whenever you're ready, try to keep the eyes closed or a soft gaze. And carefully make your way up into a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of your mat. Once you arrive, reclose the eyes if you opened them. Sit up nice and tall, taller than you have all day. Rooted down through the sit bones and legs, lifted through the crown of the head and the heart. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Bring Lotus Mudra up at the top. Exhale through the mouth. Bring that Lotus Mudra to heart center. Bow the chin towards the heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for carving this time out of your day to help balance and open up your crown chakra. And I thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing your breath and for sharing space with me. Hope you can take the benefits from tonight's class with you into the rest of your night, the rest of your week, and onto your bikes. I'm going to end with one more quote by Carolyn Miss. Just let go. Let go of how you thought your life should be and embrace the life that is trying to work its way into your consciousness. Bring that Lotus Mudra, Padra Mudra, up to the face, or third eye space. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. We had a good class. I feel a lot better. Headstands are actually really good for headaches. It may not seem like it, and they kind of don't feel that great when you first go into them if you have a headache, but honestly, they help me with headaches immensely. Like my headache that I've had for like a week feels a lot better now. Unfortunately, it'll probably come back later because it did earlier after I practiced, but you know, it helps for a little bit at least. Anywho, thank you again. Please follow Crux Chiropractic on Instagram and Facebook because they're awesome, and I normally teach my Saturday classes there, but I'm quarantining. They're really awesome, helping me with my knee injury a lot, and just really good people in general. And let me know if there's anything you want to work on in class, in any of my future classes. Mentally, physically, whatever you want to work on. Also, if you do want to share with me what you, why you think I chose that poem for Shavasana, why I think it's associated to the Crown Chakra, let me know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts because I don't know, it's interesting. Thank you again. Please join me the rest of this week for my other Crown Chakra classes. Thursday for a Yin Yoga at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Saturday for my energizing Vinyasa Flow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're almost done with the chakra series. So we have this week is the final chakra, and then next week I'm going to combine all of the chakras in all my classes. So yeah, and then we're done. And then we move on to Sagittarius yoga. Anyways, thank you again. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like my stuff, and I don't know, all the other stuff you're supposed to say. And please donate if you can, especially because I can't work right now. Anything's helpful. If you need my Venmo or anything, it's all my banking info is on my Instagram and Facebook and YouTube channel. And if you can't find it, just shoot me a message. Anything helps. And if you can't, I totally understand. We're in a pandemic, and I honestly just want to make yoga accessible and affordable for everyone. That's my goal as a yoga instructor, and I just really enjoy teaching and making these classes for you. And I want to keep making them free for everyone, or donation based. So yeah, but thank you again. Go to Mingy. Mingy's sleeping again. Oh, Mingy. Say bye. Bye. Bye, Mingy. Okay, bye.